Investigate his claims. Examine the evidence. Make your decision. The Feast of the Jews has ended, and the religious leaders were looking for an opportunity to discredit Jesus. Let's find out what happened.
Jesus returned to the Mount of Olives, but early the next morning he was back again at the temple. A crowd soon gathered, and he sat down and taught them. As he was speaking, the teachers of religious law and the Pharisees brought a woman who had been caught in the act of adultery. They put her in front of the crowd.
"Teacher,"
they said to Jesus,
"this woman was caught in the act of adultery. The law of Moses says to stone her. What do you say?"
They were trying to trap him into saying something they could use against him. But Jesus stooped down and wrote in the dust with his finger.
Now, we don't know what Jesus wrote in the dust with his finger. Some have thought that he wrote down the names of those who were prosecuting the woman. What we do know is that the religious leaders were trying to trap Jesus and find fault with him, but they ended up condemning themselves.
They kept demanding an answer, so he stood up again and said,
"All right, but let the one who has never sinned throw the first stone."
Then he stooped down again and wrote in the dust. When the accusers heard this, they slipped away one by one, beginning with the oldest, until only Jesus was left in the middle of the crowd with the woman. Then Jesus stood up again and said to the woman,
"Where are your accusers? Didn't even one of them condemn you?"
"No, Lord,"
she said. And Jesus said,
"Neither do I. Go and sin no more."
Jesus didn't judge the woman, and he doesn't judge or condemn us either. He's being patient with us, and he longs to save us from our sins. Remember what it says in John chapter 3, verse 17. It says, God sent his Son into the world, that's Jesus, not to judge the world, but to save the world through him.